The Sahara is a landscape of extremes. The line between life and death is more brutal and stark than anywhere else on the planet. But here, amongst 3.5 million miles of sand, is something miraculous. The most fertile farmland on Earth. The banks of the Nile are just 2 miles across. This thin strip supports a population of millions. But it's only here because of a perfect collision of natural forces thousands of miles to the south. Here, the monsoon rains of equatorial Africa rush south to meet the snowmelt of Ethiopian highlands. Every year, billions of gallons of water cause the Nile to burst its banks, flooding the land with rich mud and minerals from the riverbed, one of nature's most potent fertilizers. Outside of this area, life struggles. Only a handful of plants have adapted to desert life. Palms with wide, shallow roots to catch as much rainfall as possible. Grasses have developed long, thin blades to prevent the evaporation of precious water. Even human life struggles in these harsh conditions. A tiny population of nomads eke out a living here. To survive, they rely on a unique geological feature. Oases. The miraculous watering holes hidden amongst the dunes. These natural reservoirs have trapped rain for up to 1 million years. The most effective natural way of storing water on the planet. And the reason they can do this is all down to the Sahara's unique sand. As you descend, you can see how the rock has been eroded by the sandblasting of the desert winds, cutting to depths of up to 200 feet. And when you reach the bottom, it is the sand itself that provides one of the greatest natural reservoirs in the world. Water normally drains through coarse sand, leaving it too deep to reach. But the Sahara has the smoothest, roundest sand on the planet. Polished over millions of years, it tightens and binds to keep the water in place. Beneath the Sahara, the quantities are vast. In Egypt alone, there is enough water to supply the River Nile for an incredible 500 years. These oases bring life to the desert, but it's a delicate balance, and is being disturbed by humans. As people settle here, buildings, pollution, and agriculture break up the topsoil. It's blown away as sand. It's a vicious cycle of destruction, increasing the pressure on a fragile environment, feeding the desert. It is now growing at 5,000 square miles a year. And this expansion is dangerous. Light-colored sand reflects heat back into the atmosphere. The atmosphere becomes hotter, less able to form clouds, And without rain, the desert becomes drier still, a deadly mirror. It's a global problem because these events don't just affect the inhabitants of North Africa. Everything that happens in the Sahara affects the lives of people thousands of miles away.